on the field, off the field, I'm a competitive guy who wants to win. There's cricket everywhere, on the TV, on the streets. Everywhere you go, you see cricket.
There's an aggressive brand of cricket. It comes naturally to a Delhiite. Are you an aggressive leg spinner?
With the modern game, with mystery spinners and all sorts of people, you have to keep evolving and adapting your game. Particularly Kuldeep Bhai, I've bowled alongside him now in Delhi Capitals training sessions for 3 years now, and we are very close. We constantly talk over the phone. He's constantly giving me tips and tricks.
Anything that you have learned in the recent time that you have added in your armory?
Cricket is like chess played at 90 miles an hour. I mean, if I got Virat Kohli out, I think I would be in tears myself.
Hello everyone, welcome to timesofindia.com. Today we have a very special guest, a young kid who is making waves with his leg spin in UK English cricket. He has won a Wisden Best Cricketer of the Year award. Welcome Aryaman Varma. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
First question first, straight up on your achievement. How does it feel at this age, taking up so much wickets, like 51 wickets in a season? If we combined, it's 96 in 2 seasons, right? So,
Yeah.
if you could talk about this achievement a bit.
Sure. So, to be honest, it still feels a little bit surreal. It's obviously a massive, massive honor to win this award and now be alongside legends such as Buttler and Jonny Bairstow, who had previously won this award. So as you mentioned, last season, I narrowly missed out on the award. I got 45 wickets at a bowling average of 17. And so I was one of 4 players to be nominated for the award, but I did not end up winning it. But this year, I got 51 wickets at a bowling average of 12. So it was an even better feeling to win it this year, given that it was like a combination of the hard work I put in last season as well as this season. Winning the Wisden Schools Cricketer of the Year, it's obviously a great honor. It's a big deal. The way I found out is kind of interesting. I just finished a gym session. I checked my email and I saw the brilliant news. I checked the email a couple of times just to make sure that I was reading it correctly and before I started telling my family. It felt very satisfying to win the award. I was reaping the rewards of the hard work that I'd put in through the years. But at the same time, I think it felt just like the beginning. By winning this award, it gave me the responsibility and the obligation to go further with my cricket. And obviously the goal is one day to represent England internationally.
Since you have spoken about the family, what was the reaction especially in Desi family in India? What was the reaction? Was there tears in the eyes of parents, your father, mother? What was the reaction back home?
Yeah, of course. So growing up in an Indian family, both my parents are from Delhi, my grandparents are from Delhi. Cricket is something that is loved in our family. It's worship. My grandparents, my extended family, everyone loves cricket. So when the news was told, I was with my elder brother, and my mother and father when I was able to share the news. And my mom had tears in her eyes, tears of joy, of course. My dad was emotional; he was trying to cover up his tears, and my brother was ecstatic. So the happiness that I saw it bring on my family, my grandparents, everyone that I'm close with. That was also an amazing feeling because it's also my success in cricket so far, and hopefully whatever comes to be of my success is obviously a massive reason for that success is my family, and in fact actually cricket's always been a dream for me, but it was my elder brother he's 4 years older than me, and he was a pretty talented cricketer.
What's his name? If you could introduce him.
His name's Aryaman Varma. He unfortunately had a back injury when he was only 16, which stopped his career. But he was a fast bowler, very talented. He would have probably made it in all honesty.
He's better than you. You're saying that your elder brother is better than you.
Yeah, maybe. But he was very good. And like when he injured himself on his back, it was a massive, terrible moment for my family and for him, obviously. And so the obligation, the responsibility came to me. And so now for me to be able to do this and try and live a successful life as a professional cricketer is a big deal for the family. So it's fair to say everyone was extremely pleased.
Aryaman, since you mentioned Delhi, Delhi, I kind of, we are like, when you see Delhi cricketers, other than Mr. Virat Kohli and all, every Delhi cricketers, they wear there's an aggressive brand of cricket. It comes naturally to a Delhiite. Are you an aggressive leg spinner?
I am. I think I am very aggressive as a leg spinner, on the field, off the field. I'm a competitive guy who wants to win. I still think it's very important to play in the right spirit of the game. But I'm here to take wickets. I'm here to make an impact on the game. I think that's a very important part of leg spin. And honestly, like I've been fortunate enough. So on the note of Delhi, I've been fortunate enough to be a net bowler. I was scouted as a net bowler with Delhi Capitals for 3 years. I've been net bowling with them, and actually I've just come back to the UK from net bowling with them because now the UK season is starting. But net bowling at Delhi Capitals, it's a massive, massive part of why I was so sure that I wanted to pursue cricket, and it's been huge for my character. Bowling and learning alongside greats like Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel. It's a phenomenal experience where you learn so much technically, but also mentally, and they're very aggressive bowlers. Kuldeep Yadav is he's a wrist spinner who wants to take wickets and does take wickets. So bowling to these guys, bowling alongside these guys, bowling to Rishabh Pant, Warner, KL Rahul, and all these legends challenges me, but in a positive way, where I'm constantly trying to get better. And honestly, particularly Kuldeep Bhai, I've bowled alongside him now in Delhi Capitals training sessions for 3 years now, and we are very close. We constantly talk over the phone. He's constantly giving me tips and tricks. He's obviously an unbelievable cricketer, but he's also an amazing person who he's been very helpful in my journey and helping me improve as a cricketer. And I actually consider him not only a friend but an older brother, another older brother, and a mentor. I'd say he's my mentor. So like bowling alongside these guys, being in that Delhi environment, to answer the question, yes, I am an aggressive leg spin bowler.
Aryaman, you've spoken about Kuldeep, how he has mentored you. Kuldeep was mentored by another great leggy, same one, the late spin visit. So have you guys ever discussed about Warney, the impact he had on Kuldeep, and what was the conversation and all about those things?
No, so of course, so actually, funnily enough, when I was only 11, 12 years old, I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. I was simply just in a training session, and Shane Warne himself happened to turn up to where I was training when I was 11, 12 years old. And it was unbelievable to meet the King of Spin in person, and that too at such a young age. And I actually remember that he taught me a couple things about bowling a flipper, which I still remember to this day. So, Shane Warne, and me and Kuldeep Bhai have talking about Shane Warne and also his impact on the game. I mean, he was the first proper aggressive leg spinner. I actually met him in person. He taught me a couple of things about the flipper, which I still use to this day. And he was definitely an inspiration for me growing up.
There's one question that I want to ask for a youngster like you. So you've been part of net bowler of Delhi Capitals. You've been part of the Dubai Capital, and you are getting the opportunity to learn from the best. And since with so many T20 leagues, what is the ambition of an 18-year-old Aryaman Varma going forward 5 years down the line? Is it red ball? Is somewhere in the corner?
Yeah. So look, as you said, I'm only 18 years old, so still too early to decide exactly where I'm going to go with my future. And try and play as many matches. I'm young. This is what Kuldeep Bhai himself was also telling me, that at your age, just play match experience. You'll get better. So, I mean, big picture, I think ultimately the goal is, of course, one goal is to play in the IPL, of course. And having net bowled with them for so many years, amazing to play in the IPL. It'd be absolutely a dream come true. And the main goal, I think it's fair to say, the ultimate goal is to represent England internationally and, if possible, in all formats: T20 cricket, ODI cricket, red ball cricket. So that I think that's the way I'm looking at it.
You pretty up summed up about your brother being a role model for you to start the cricket, right? I mean, how he was a cricketer, then you took up from him. Uh, is it something that cricket was something that is the family? Was it your elder brother? Why cricket? I mean, you could have done anything. I mean, if Aryaman Varma would not have been a cricketer, what was the plan B?
Right. So I was born in London, but when I was
Nah.
3-4 years old, we moved to Mumbai as a family for a couple of
Yeah.
years. And it was when I was in Mumbai, that's when the cricket, really started happening. I mean, of course, you probably know as well, but living in Mumbai, there's cricket everywhere, on the TV, on the streets. Everywhere you go, you see cricket. So cricket was something that was in everyone's lives in Mumbai constantly. And my elder brother, he would, go to training sessions and practice sessions. And obviously I was his younger sibling. My parents would go to the training sessions and they'd bring me along as well. So I would always be tagging along with my brother wherever he would go. And for as long as I can remember, some of my earliest memories, childhood memories, involve a plastic bat, a tennis ball, and some broken windows, which probably didn't make my parents too happy. But cricket in my family, like I said, everyone's from Delhi. We lived in Mumbai. It's huge. No one actually in my family, like none of my parents or grandparents, played cricket ever really to that high of a standard. But my dad was a badminton player for Delhi State. So that hand-eye sort of passed to me. So the hand-eye coordination, I feel like everything was kind of made quite nicely. Things aligned quite nicely for me to become a cricketer. My dad, my mom, and my brother, obviously having been a cricketer himself and trying to pursue that dream. So I think everything was pushing me towards cricket. And honestly, like the thing I love about cricket, obviously, is one thing is my family and all of that, but it's also the game itself. Cricket is a game of patience, resilience, and psychology. There's a lot of thinking to cricket. It's not just a technical, skill-based game. There's a lot of mentally thinking, especially the way T20 cricket is going, right? You have to think each ball is going to be a different ball, etc., etc. So I love how that you have to constantly be thinking, and the match can shift with a single moment. Does a wicket, run out, anything can happen. And so, like, actually, I heard this analogy when I was younger. Like, cricket is like chess played at 90 miles an hour. So it's I thought that's interesting, and I think that's true. I think it's just a very, very fast-paced game of chess, which has a lot of skill and thinking, of course.
And one of the India's IPL great, Yuzvendra Chahal is a chess player.
Of course.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. So that's last
maybe it was even him who said that.
There's one thing about leg spinners is that you guys have to continuously improve. I mean, you can't rely on a flipper. Since Kuldeep must have spoken about it. So, is it something that you have added in your armory, the new things, working with the likes of James Hopes, with the likes of Kuldeep Yadav, Ricky Ponting, any things that you have learned in the recent time that you have added in your armory?
Yeah, so of course, with the modern game, with mystery spinners and all sorts of people, you have to keep evolving and adapting your game. So obviously, always new variations that come into play. Like, you have your leggy, you have your top spinner, you have your googly, you have your slider, you have your flipper. But I think that's like, obviously the ball element is one variation, but there's other variations as well, which I think is what people sometimes don't look at. And this is something that Kuldeep Bhai has helped with as well, and all these creates like Ricky Ponting and etc. It's not just about the ball you bowl; it's about where you bowl it from. So you can vary the ball a lot just by changing a slight centimeter from where you've delivered the ball. You go slightly wider, slightly closer to the stumps, slightly short. You bowl from 24 yards. So it's these kind of variations as well that is what you need to keep practicing and developing, so that you keep trying to, you don't let the batter get comfortable. So many different variations in the game. Also, you can variations in the field as well, right? If you change the field, you're playing with the batter's mind. So it's not just about the ball you're bowling, it's about where you bowl it from, how you bowl it, and what the surrounding environment is, what the field is, etc. So lots of variations, and exactly, you have to keep on adapting. But ultimately, though, I'd still say, and this is something that all the coaches I've experienced with and all the legends I've been around with, is variation is very important, but at the end of the day, it's the length, right? In T20 cricket especially, if you do not hit your length, you're going to get hit. Wickets are getting much more flat, etc. So the key thing that they've really told me is that leg spinners, you have to bowl for hours. We have to bowl for hours to get our rhythm, to make sure we're consistent. And as long as we hit the hard length, things should end up well. But obviously the variations help, etc.
Aryaman, last question. I mean, before the last question, I just want to give you a compliment. You have got a very good head on your shoulders.
Thank you very much.
It feels like I'm talking to a 28-year-old, not an 18-year-old. Anyways, so last question. Who will be the dream wicket of Aryaman Varma?
So this might be a very boring answer, but Virat Kohli, the king, that would be. Just thinking about it right now, it's makes me shiver. But I'm sure if I got him out, there'd be tears running down my face and my cheek. Virat Kohli, he's someone that my whole family, again, we've grown up admiring. We admire him now still. I would even say we worship him. The character he is, the entertainment he provides, and the skill he has it's never been seen before, and I don't think it will ever be seen. So yes, to get his wicket one day, maybe be bowling against RCB and get him out would be the biggest dream come true, maybe.
Who's your favorite IPL team? I'm sorry, I'm adding another question.
No, of course. Look, it's hard not to say Delhi Capitals. I've been with them net bowling for 3 years. I know the coaches, I know the support staff, I know the side armors, I know the physios, I know all the players. So, I mean, my favorite IPL team is definitely Delhi Capitals.
On that note, thank you so much, Aryaman.
Thank you.
Hopefully, someday Delhiwala will get the wicket of the Delhiwala. And if you liked our conversation, please like, share, and subscribe, and do hit that bell icon. And do follow this young kid who you might see taking heaps of wicket for England in the future. Thank you, Aryaman.
Thank you very much. Thank you.